As I read you on these economic matters, you seem to be a great advocate of a kind of targeted investment in the economy so as to stimulate it and make it stronger and to make it fairer and to draw more people into it. And that strikes me as congruent with Catholic social teaching, which favors the market economy. The Catholic social teaching doesn't like the word capitalism, rarely uses it because I think it's so loaded.
Right.
It uses the term market economy, which it sees as the economic correlate, I think, of a free political environment. So how do free people engage economically through the free market? However, the church does not say, laissez-faire, just unregulated market. By no means. It should be regulated both politically, governmentally, and morally. The market has got to be circumscribed morally and politically. But as I read the church's social teaching, not so that the government can control the market, but to make the market fairer and more available to more people. Talk about that a little bit. I just find a certain point of contact with your own thinking on economics.
Well, I love how you frame that about how do we shape the market, because that to me is the big question. I mean, obviously, there's a value in the market of freedom. You don't want, if I want to have some interaction with you, I don't need to go to the government to get every interaction approved. But what has happened is, what if you have a society which is just transacting, and it so happens that in my district, you now have $10 trillion of value. And by the way, all this capital is going to China because they have the lowest wage labor there. And places like Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and Ashtabula and Downriver, Michigan are just hollowed out. And you have no ability for those folks to engage in that transaction. And so to me, the market has to care about community, has to care about place. There has to be some understanding that you can't just have the concentration of opportunity. You can't just have capital, especially globally, go to the cheapest labor. There have to be certain standards, and there has to be certain economic opportunity for people who want to live in the place that they call home. They may want to, we just think people are actors in a market. And so you're saying to someone, okay, go get retrained, go move. Well, what about their home church?
I want to stay here.
What about their family? What about their community? Why are those not also important values? And I think this has been another source of the polarization in our country. One is the challenge of figuring out a common good, but the other is that some people have a much better chance of economic opportunity than others, and depending on where you were born.